It's my ass so I can hit the front lines. The girl raised her eyebrows. Front lines of what? Okay, so there's no war now, but the stories say. She rolled her eyes. They're just stories, Henry. Old stories. Besides, you think you're cut out for war? Why not? Henry sounded offended, running his hand through his thick curls. I don't have to be a farmer my whole life. I don't mean anything by it. I just know it's tough to get picked for the squads that go to the kingdom's reaches to train. You have to be really good. Your future is already laid out. You'll be a mage, just like your mother and your grandmother for generations. Everyone knows what an Alby will become. Must be easy. You don't have to wonder. She shrugged, trying not to show her frustration. Is it written somewhere? I've got big things on my mind, too. Some things are tradition, Raven. Don't know how you fight hundreds of years of it. The two of them reached the center of town. The tall gray spires of Fowler Academy loomed in the distance. Raven pointed at the pennants fluttering atop the school's turrets. I'm going to figure it out, and you're going to help me. Have we met? Hi, I'm Henry Dirks, third son of Harvey Dirks, and useful when you need something large moved from there to here, he said, pointing. My goals at school are, 1, to learn how to make haystack itself, which, by the way, my older brother already knows, but won't tell me, and 2, never see the inside of the headmaster's office. Hell, for Headmaster Flynn not to know my name would be perfect. A real achievement. Everyone always knows your name. Your mother tied you to a kitchen chair when you were 7 so she could get a break. Simple misunderstanding. You stole that spell from my grandpa and turned one of the chickens into a rat. The others didn't lay eggs for a month. Yeah, you change one word. He shrugged. Doesn't matter. Fresh start. If you want to find me, I'll be squarely in the center of the pack. Raven laughed and punched her tall friend on the arm. Great plan. That's exactly how to get chosen for the elite fighting squad. Henry let out a loud tisk. Yeah, well, I'm still working on the plan. They passed a pair of merchants standing outside their shops. They were huddled together, too deep in their conversation to notice Raven or Henry. Outside his dry goods shop, Jacob Lane pointed toward the sturdy wall that surrounded the city. A large keyring jangled from his wrist, the brass keys clanging together. Wilson told me they found another abandoned satellite ranch out by Farley on the far side of the kingdom. Raven slowed, ducking into the side street at the end of the shop. Standing nearby was Samuel Jones, the local butcher. He was wearing a bloody apron stretched out across his ample belly. He put his hands on his hips, shaking his head. Where the hell are these guys going? Henry turned to show her the new wand he'd carved. What are you? She hushed him, yanking on his arm and pulling him out of sight. He started to say something, but she held her finger up to her lips. She leaned around the edge of the building and watched the two merchants. We're going to be late, and on the first day, you're killing my life plan here, muttered Henry. Your life plan was already full of holes. Be quiet so I can hear them. Raven cupped her hands around her mouth and whispered a spell. Exotti me. The sound traveled back to her, swirling around her head and echoing in her ears. Henry arched an eyebrow and stared. Least you could have done was let me hear too. If I'm going to get in trouble for being late, I'd like to think I got something for it. Fine, but be quiet. She cupped her hands again and whispered, Veniti audite. And the waves of sound expanded and swirled around the pair. Henry peered over Raven's head from the edge of the building at the two merchants down the block. Jacob threw his hands in the air, his eyes widening. He said he got a chance to check it out for himself. It was eerie. The keys knocked together, making a sound like wind chimes. A tinker passing through found them. He was on his annual rounds. Yeah, that's about right. The fall harvest is coming in. Has he passed through town yet? I have a few pieces that need repair. You're missing the point, Samuel. Everything was where it should be. It was like somebody had set up this whole ranch and then walked away from it. But get this. There were no signs of a cart pulling away. Wilson's a good hunter. He'd know